Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. Today I have invested a lot of time to finding out what mod was the problem with the laser antennas, and it's one of the mods I am not happy about, kind of, because now I have the decision between planetary laser antenna, planetary laser antennas and shields. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to go for planetary shields. Don't know why, but it's the defense shields are the problem. I'm hard at work for, I don't know, roughly 1.5 hours now, and that's always the problem. You only see the 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes of video that I'm putting out. But I'm putting in, don't know, 1.5 hours of reloading the game, putting in mods, reloading the game again, taking a look if everything's okay, and then finding out what mod it was. And I had some suspicions, and they were not right. And yeah, now it is the planetary shields. I wanted to say it again. The shields. Played too much Stellaris, I think. Edgar is still hard at work and is still working with the observatory, hopefully. Yeah. He's still scanning the sky. That's a good thing. And he's allowed to do that. I will not disturb him today doing that. But yeah, I can show you that now connections are available. By the way, I'm getting a bit sick, I have the feeling. It's so weird. It's getting warm here. It's getting really warm here in Germany. Today we have, I don't know what degree, but it's painfully warm. And at that point I tend to get sick, and together with my medication that I have to take. Yeah, by the way, connected to VTOL laser antenna. The whole environment is not good for my upper respiratory system. So I hope I don't lose my voice. A bit of coughing, I hope you can get over, but losing my talking that way wouldn't be good. Yeah, it's connected now. I could fly that ship down to the planet, and I might even do that in the time I have. We will do a bit of cleanup today. I want to bring the Duchessa out of the dock her up somewhere else for now, and then I want to use this space for maybe a new ship that I'm planning to build, or an old ship again that I'm trying to bring back. And again, after putting in, yeah, again, 1.5 hours of work today just to figure out that now I am not protected anymore. So that's too bad. That's too bad. What I couldn't figure out is I tried it in the world to remove the shields and then go in and try to connect then. That didn't work. Maybe after a reload it would have worked. Maybe it's just protected grids that run into problems, but it could be that it's all grids. Fun fact, if you connect laser antennas with each other, so these two I could connect with each other, but everything that is not connected to the base didn't work. So I'm not sure what the problem there is. It's a mess, and now I'm unprotected. I have a lot of enemies around the base now, completely without protection. That's bad. We need something that can withstand a bit of fire, or I might have to try the other defense shields. That's something I could take a look at too. Maybe I ask K-Max if he has problems with them. Maybe they work out fine. We will have to see. That maybe is an idea. I will contact that guy in a bit and then ask him if there is... don't know if he runs into the same problem. He didn't tell me that he had problems. He left a comment on the episode. Maybe that is a sign that he has. But I'm not sure. Okay. The Duchessa needs to sit somewhere else for a while, and I'm not sure where. I think I will dock her up to the hangar, the small one. I just need her at the moment out of the way. The section there needs to be free so I can start a new build. I want to always build a small ship gone big, and I did that once with the Tachi, or the... I always just used the Tachi, so that's the ship from The Expanse. Later in the series, it's called Rocinante, and for me it will be the Tachi because I like the color scheme. We have one of these ships already around the alien planet, but in a big block version with I don't know, yeah, all the problems that big blocks bring with them. Landing gear. And I kind of want to start... Yeah, that was, by the way, a ship I had in my last world. And after the last world got destroyed, that's one of the ships I hadn't... Or you know that I had a blueprint for the Empress in a rough state, but the hull was done. For that ship I have nothing, so there's no blueprint for that ship, and so we kind of have to start all over again. I will not bore you with too much stuff there. I might go into it and then build, and hopefully we can... hopefully we can figure something out there. Good. Okay, people. I think I will make the trip to the planetary surface, reconnect the stations here, and maybe even reconnect the... Is the communications array reconnected? That could be the case, but I'm not sure. Okay, what does that say? Idle. Does it know any other laser antenna? Two laser antenna. It's maybe too far away, or the other one. Beetle, asteroid base, laser antenna 3. Don't tell me I still have problems. It could be that these are just out of range. Yes, they are just out of range, it seems. Or not out of range, but it cannot rotate towards that. So let us go to idle. Yeah, I will have to fly that. I installed a mod that not all of you will like. I like it for now. The jump drive, a small grid jump drive, because the way from here to the planet is still a lot longer than I like to fly. And I took a GPS point right out of atmosphere, so I can jump there, then go into atmosphere, fly the bit that I still have to fly then, and then yeah, I can work on the planet without having to fly for I know, it's just minutes, but that's how I kind of cut time to be able to record and maybe have something to show off. Good, let me go and reconnect everything. First I will do the planet, then we will go to the asteroid with the comms relay, and then hopefully that is still connected. I'm not sure about that, but we will see. I also still have the jump ring, so if I don't need that anymore, maybe the jump ring is also something I can use. It's just the problem with the jump ring is connecting it up, finding it again, and then all this stuff is sometimes too much of a hassle right now. So I know, some of you think that's cheating. Right now I don't think so. It gives me the necessary cuts so that I can just deal with certain things a lot better. Yeah, it said, by the way, that's a mod. That's the kind of not the mod's fault, as far as I read. After where's the parking position? Alien arrival. Earth gravity border. That's what I wanted to go to. So, what I wanted to say is that it kind of is not the mod's fault. I think the modder has specified in the Defense Shield mod page that there is a certain bug space engineers could fix. If you want to go there, then take a look. He has a link to the bug reporter so that we can basically upvote the whole thing there. And maybe that's not a bad idea to do that. So here you can see I just bridged 40 kilometers in a few seconds. The rest is still 60 kilometers to fly. Good. I will go to the planet and then we see how the laser antennas work then. The problems that arise when it comes to laser antennas, and it's a good thing, I had a solar panel on this ship to keep it powered while nobody's here. Now I don't have the solar panel anymore because it's if we go here, it was in direct line of the laser antenna. That's just the worst that could have happened. Everything's fine. It's not a bad thing, but that was. I was immediately taken back and was, no, why does it not work? It's now everything's connected back up here. And now we can start and go to the next position. Okay, the next thing I want to go to is the... I think I turned off the dampers. Now it doesn't do that at all. Do I have... I think that must be it. That should be good, because ComSat 1 I think is the one we are close to. Yes, 100... It's just 100 kilometers from here. That's good. Then I think we go to there next and hopefully are able to establish connection back there too. Again, as some of you know, I'm running a huge laser antenna net that runs through to all the planets. And these laser antennas make it possible for me. So that I can connect up with each planetary body and the surrounding area, and can so get connection to all the builds I have in this world, but I also am able to turn off the connections, because sometimes load times get a bit crazy. If you are able to connect to it has to do with the remote access and all that stuff, then load times can get a bit wonky if too many grids are, if you're able to connect to too many grids. So keep that in mind if you want to build something like that. I think having something like that is a really, really good idea, because I could go and connect to something on Mars, do whatever I would be able to do there, and again do the same for the alien planet, and I will do the same, I think, for the moons. I have to see if I'm able to maybe have some remote, don't know, welding tools or something like that that I can use to, if, don't know, something gets needs to be repaired or something like that. Good, let me go to the next to the comset, and then we will try to establish a connection there. And today is one of these random days where I again just prepare. That's why Edgar kind of stays silent. He knows that I need silence then. Good people. And that's another thing. We want Edgar to be able to connect all this to all the stations. Don't know, I might need the help of Edgar on Mars too, so that's why we need communications arrays. This is one of the communications arrays I have, and here I'm cheating quite a bit because these solar panels are completely overpowered, but I don't know. I'm accepting that. For now, I'm accepting that because I would have to have a ship that constantly does supply runs, or I would have to do it myself. And let's say it that way, the cargo drones are a nice thing, but I'm not trusting them so far that I would have a cargo drone run the circle. So this array, the one on the asteroid base, and then the one around Mars, and the one around the alien planet, I wouldn't trust a script to do that, because these are thousands and thousands of kilometers with maybe planets in the way and asteroids and all that stuff. So I'm using completely overpowered solar panels to power the whole thing, and I have to say I really like it. Connected to Anchor 2, that's the alien planet. Connected to Anchor, that's Mars, and connected to nothing. So that, I hope, is the one that points. Yes, that's the one that points towards Earth, and laser antenna 1. Okay, that's the one that points towards Earth. So we will use this to hopefully be able to reconnect. Why do I not have any known receivers? Come on, let me get out of here. Is the antenna maybe not turned on? That could be something that sometimes happens. I'm using antennas to bring up the range, basically. So these should be always connected, and then you can use an antenna on your base to reconnect that. Why? Oh, okay. Now, maybe now. You should also point the laser antenna towards something. I'm using the ship to have a relay. to the different stations. So hopefully... Okay, I still can't get coordinates. Laser antenna, asteroid base. 2. Do I have a GPS for the rival comsat? That's antenna Mars, asteroid, laser antenna, asteroid base 2. That's directly at the base, so maybe I can just point towards it and it finds maybe some stations. So let us point towards that and just connect to the coordinates that are there. Ach, that thing is turned off. Let me try to get a connection and then I will come back to you. I just don't know why it can't find a connection. The other way around, it can find stuff. So let us try that. Yes, okay. And now we make that a permanent connection. That should work. Good thing now. Fine. Fine. That is all connected up. And because the other laser antennas should also be still connected, I hope they're not turned off in any way. Everything should be good. Okay, then now we can concentrate on other things. I need to lay the groundwork for the new ship, and we have to, I hope that I still hope that I still have the notes for the ship. I took notes for the ships because I wanted to see how long is it and all that stuff. I hope that I have them somewhere. Otherwise, we have to start again with them. But that's okay. I will go back to the asteroid base and then we do, don't know, all the stuff that again, today is just a bit of a chill doing random things because the whole finding out what mod caused our problem took a while. We'll be back in a bit. Coming back home is always nice. I now found out what the big problem with the small jump drive is. It is its range and the time it takes to reload. The small jump drive, the small grid jump drive takes 20 minutes to reload, and don't know, the range for that ship was 40 kilometers or something like that. So I was lucky that I was able to jump the whole jump to the planetary atmosphere in, don't know, in one go, but this time I tried to jump and it was not great. So, okay, that should work. Is everything on standby? Standby. Good thing. Okay. I want to set up a connection into this hall. I need to have another lamp to lighten up this area a bit more, especially from the bottom. And so, do I have enough materials? I think before I do that, I set up another cargo container. Yeah, the ranges of the jump drive maybe makes it not so cheaty as I thought it would be. The if you bring in a mod that has some, that brings you some, don't know, that brings in, yeah, that kind of shifts the power balance so hard, you need something to balance that. And if reload time and range kind of balance it out, then you can be okay with that. I know that there's people out there that really are against crazy mods like that, and mods that completely completely shift everything in the game. But I had some talks with people about that, and it's always a thing where, yeah, again, the balance kind of makes the music. So if you bring in mods, always think about something that yeah, balances it out. That's always good to have. So okay, I think I will go with a battery for now. Not a fluid battery, the normal battery, please. So that we have some power on this grid. This will be the start of the new ship. And I think some thrusters would be good to just to maneuver it into this position, and then can continue to work on that later. I want to set that up so that I can start on my own. And wrong button. Yes. I have a really cheap LED keyboard, and sometimes I press the button to turn it off. Not turn off the keyboard, turn off the LEDs. That always weirds me out. It's one of the things I don't like, having crazy LEDs on my computer. I don't really need them, and I would like to settle for power instead of having it crazy illuminated. But for a keyboard, I have to say, especially when I play in the evenings, it's nice to have them lit up a bit. Maybe another seat. This, and then we can bring that thing into its position, then it loads up again. That should be okay then. I know that the ship is roughly 40 meters long. A bit more, I think it's 46 meters or something like that. And I hope that I can fit that into this area. I've set this thing up so that I have good coverage with the built-in repair system in here. That's why I think I want to build the whole thing in here. But I think I need another lamp, because these lamps light up a huge area. One of the cooler mods I think I have. And do I still have? Yes. This is Build Vision 2. That is a mod I can definitely suggest to you all. We will go out to, I think, 10 meters. These lamps light up a huge area. The radius is, I think, up to 50 meters. Yes. And that should be enough to give us enough light here to see everything. It doesn't look that way. I need to change the intensity of the light, I think. EM really irks me to remove it again. the constant, if something spawns in with EM, you run into the problem that it then starts to, come on, give me the brightest that you can get. Okay, that's nice, and I think we will do that with the top one too. Okay, that, no, we can go up with intensity there. Come on, stay on target. Okay. We should have at least everything lit up in a way where we can see what we are doing. The helmet lights help, but sometimes you want to see from a bit of a distance what you're doing. Having the lamps is a really nice thing. Good. Okay. That's a thing I can work on in the meantime. Everything else, again, I lost some, or I didn't lose, but I got rid of some other mods. I really have to clean up the mod list. The mod list gets just too crazy. So one of these blocks is, I think, 50 centimeters or something like that. So if the calculations for 46 meters are still right, then I need to really need to hem that up then. One thing I want to do with this ship is I want to use the gravitic manipulators that I have in the world to kind of get the looks right. The ships in the Expanse series have all their thrusters on the back, except for some RCS to turn and all that stuff. But here in Space Engineers, that's not possible. There is no button to flip the ship. There's no way to kind of have the thrusters. There is a way to hide the thrusters, but then you would have to put in a lot of space kind of in front of the thrusters so you don't burn anything down. With the gravitic manipulators, I have thrusters that don't burn anything and that are able to slow down the ship when I'm without having to flip the ship. So, and because of artificial gravity, and the inability of Space Engineers to use thrust as gravity, as artificial gravity, we kind of have to cheat our way through that, and the gravitic manipulators are a good way to do that, because then we can have, a lot of thrust in the back, in the back section. The ship itself has just one massive thruster on the back. The Epstein or Epstein. It's weird how to say that, because I think it's EPSTIEIN, so it's in German it would be Epstein, and the Americans always call that Epstein, and I can't wrap my head around that. That's a thing I cannot do, because for me it's Epstein. The Epstein drive. Good. That will be a build, by the way, on the back. There is mods for that on the workshop, but they only have small drives. So not small drive, big grid thrusters, and I think the one has a small thruster, but that is so small that it doesn't fit. Again, the ship is fairly big, but for me, the problem always is that big blocks are not so nice when it comes to details, and that's why I want to try that again with a small grid here. It is interesting to me to have some that people call that small grids gone big or small grids gone crazy. And I have a lot of mods in the pack where I can use big blocks on small grids, and I really would like to test that out, to have a ship that I can maybe outfit with some shields, some form of shields. There's other defense shields out there that I could try out, and maybe they work. And it's one thing that I always want to see on here is I have this one gun mod that is definitely the gun from The Expanse. I don't know how it's called right now. This one, the point defense cannon. The point defense cannon that's exactly the cannon they use on the Tachi or the Rocinante in The Expanse. And man, this needs to be on the ship. That needs to happen. I also have the railgun. There's no small grid variant for that, so it would be interesting to see how if there's a good way to connect up a railgun to the small ship and be able to use it. I'm not sure yet. We will have to see how that works out in the end. But I don't want to bore you with all this. I will do measurements for this and then start to build this. And don't know. I'm still waiting for Edgar to find some maybe find some new and interesting things that we can see and take a look at. And having a relatively small, fast ship that can go there and scout out the area, that would be nice before we bring in the big guns. The big guns would mean Big Blue or the Empress. On the other hand, if it's crazy interesting, then we need to take one of these ships to maybe establish some form of base or something like that. Okay, I will have to measure that out and then see how that works out. With the... Come on. I should have more steel plates. But I don't know. Having new ships is always nice. That's one of the things you definitely always can do in Space Engineers, adding more and more ships to the fleet. The big problem with small ships gone big is that they are a huge strain to the computer, to your rig, and I don't want to have all the ships in that way, because that might be too crazy. So I know this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is one big block, and one big block is 2.5 meters. So if we go for 10 meters. Then it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 7.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. And that's the way I want to measure that out. So we will go to 40 and then, ooh, hopefully we see how big that thing will be in the end. I don't really know anymore how big the thing was in the end. I hope it's not too crazy. The cool thing is with the parts mod I have, we can not only have the decorative blocks in here, because I have a mod that makes the decorative, the DLC blocks able to also be put onto small grids. We can have all the other blocks like doors too. So we should be able to put on doors and have airlocks that way, and. So this all should work out. No. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I think I installed that, but I might have to take a look at that then again. Is the other door? No. Oh, something is absolutely wrong here. 8. No, it is. There is something wrong. Good, but no problem. These airlocks work. I will take another look at that. We will have to see how that works out in the end. But it would be nice to also have some nice interiors for that. Good people, I think that's all for today. Hope you liked this episode anyways. Again, I know it's random. People don't like that anymore, but the huge amount of time I've put into figure the whole thing with the laser antennas out is just, don't know, was not really helpful. So let us end the episode here, and then I can build on that, and hopefully in the next episode we can see a bit of progress and then work on everything else a bit more. We will see. Good people, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. I would say see ya, guys.